Hello, I'm Dr. Derek Strachan with Divine Spine Chiropractic, and we're located in the Old Ballard Firehouse in Seattle. And welcome to this week's health tip. Each week we bring to you new information on the latest that's out in the research world on different health topics. So today what I want to share with you is prescription drugs and the errors that happen along with prescription drugs. And so it's important to understand why these things are happening, and the main reasons that we believe that these errors are happening is because doctors are under a lot of pressure. They're under a lot of time constraints. There's a lot of people going to see medical doctors for different reasons, and they don't have a lot of time to spend with their patients. So unfortunately, they're feeling that pressure and they're making some incorrect drug prescriptions. And so the other thing that's happening is that doctors are not fully, because they're so busy, they're not always up to speed on the side effects that certain drugs are going to have, or the reactions that they may have with other drugs. So they often make errors. And so those are some of the main reasons. And the other thing that comes up is their computer problems. They've noticed that if their computer software system isn't giving them the proper information, errors can happen that way as well. So there was a research study released last month, and I want to share this with you. It came out of the General Medical Council in the United Kingdom. And so they had some interesting information that was released from this study. They showed the main findings of why these errors, or what's happening with these errors. And so what they came up with is that 1 in 20 prescriptions are associated with an error. So that's 5% of prescriptions that doctors are giving are somehow related to a medical error. And then 1 in 8 of all patients had a prescription with an error. 4 in 10 patients age 75 years or older had a prescription with an error. 30% of prescribing errors involved incomplete information of the prescription. And 18% of prescribing errors involved dose or strength errors. 11% of prescribing errors involved incorrect timing of doses. 96% of errors were judged to be a minor or moderate. And there's a little bit more. There was 16% increased risk of error for each additional medicine beyond one. So every time a person had to take more than one medication, the increase of error went up by 16%. And children and people aged 75 or older were almost twice as likely to have an error with their prescription than those who were between the ages of 15 and 64. And being prescribed drugs for heart issues, infections, cancer, or immunotherapy, musculoskeletal disorders, eye and skin disorders all increased. It was an increase in risk of error in those areas for those issues. So you can see that there's a lot of problems, unfortunately, a lot of errors going on in prescribing drugs. And medical errors are going to continue to happen until we change our system, unfortunately. But the point that I want to make as a chiropractor is, as many of you know, the chiropractic is drug-free. And we're focused on looking at the whole system and trying to care for the entire body versus trying to fix something that's going on in the body. And there's definitely a different paradigm there. We're here to look at as a person as a whole organism and allow for your nervous system to do the healing, as opposed to putting a drug in your body and hoping that fixes the problem. It's a completely different way of thinking towards our health. It's sickness versus wellness. Sickness care is reactive and wellness care is proactive. And we know that in order to be well, we need to be eating better, we need to be moving better, we need to be thinking better. Those are the 3 categories that we focus on here at Divine Spine, and that most chiropractors are focusing on. So that if we can do those 3 things better, then your nervous system and your spine are going to be healthier, and as a result, your body's going to be more resistant to illness and disease, and you'll live a healthier, more vitalistic life for yourself and for your family, because what you do for yourself, your family is going to learn as well. And that's one of the biggest gifts that we can give our children, is to be the model health citizens of the world, so that they have a better chance of surviving and having a really healthy, vitalistic lifestyle. Because unfortunately, the life expectancy is reducing. Right now it's 72 years, whereas when we were being born, or when I was being born, 76 years is the life expectancy. So we need to be doing better to take care of our children, to model what are healthy things to do for the body. And so that is this week's health tip. and welcome, and I thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.